Alright, this video is for like the third of y'all who have listened to my music so far. What's up? My name's Eric. If you don't know me, I'm from Longview, Texas, and I make some really bad music. I wanted to make a new video to go into detail on the album, Silly Love Songs, an album that I released in January. But if any of y'all have been following me on, I don't know, any social media, before then, I did release the album in September of 2019. It launched on SoundCloud, and I kind of just let it be, I just kind of let it sit there, and then later on I eventually released it on all the other platforms. But if you did listen to it back in like September, or before the January release, if you listened to it then, thank you so much. You're an OG, and if you are still, if you have listened to it after then, thank you as well. But like I said, I wanted to go into detail on the album just a little bit more. There's a video I made recently, about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Definitely watch that if you haven't already. It's very important. This video is kind of a follow-up to that. There might be a link somewhere for that video, so definitely watch that. But if you don't want to watch it, I just kind of talk about how I'm a bad musician, because I'm not really one, and I still made an album anyway. But I'm just going to talk a little bit more about the album, and to do that, to explain it, I want to go just a little bit back in time. So right now it's 2020. It's the official year where my album released, but it started, the work for it started, I'd say in 2018 when I was in high school. In high school, I started to learn voice and piano. I went over this in my previous video, so I won't go too much into it. But that's when I started to learn how to be a bit of a musician, I guess. So I started writing these pieces of music in high school. They weren't songs, they were instrumentals, but they did lead me to write an actual song. And this song is on the album. I'll probably tell you which one it is later. But during the summer, I decided I wanted to make an actual album. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I wanted it to challenge myself. So I started writing these songs, and I noticed that they were all love songs. So that led to the name of the album being Silly Love Songs. And the name is actually from a Paul McCartney song called Silly Love Songs. I kind of stole it from him. Not the song, but the name. I don't think I can get in trouble for that, but anyways, check out that song if you would like to know where I got the name from. It's a cool song. I'm a big Paul McCartney fan, by the way, so if you've noticed similarities in my music with him, it's pretty intentional. Gotta learn from the best. So by March 2019, I had most of the songs written for the album, and once I did, I started to learn how to record music, which led me to start actual production in the summer of 2019. Please don't go now, time's not up. So now I just want to talk about a few songs, talk about some fun facts and how they were created. The first one, My Marie, it was inspired by the song Hey Jude by the Beatles. Hey Jude is one of my favorite songs. Maybe you'll see me perform that someday. But I really like the idea of having a name in a song. Hey Jude, Jude being the name. So I came up with Marie, and it's Marie, not Maria. The endings to those songs are similar. I didn't really intend for that to happen. It just kind of happened naturally. But that's another similarity, the endings. Another song I want to talk about, Please Don't Go. My friend Kellen Maples helped me with the sax. I wrote the sax for the most part, but he came up with this he came up with the ending where he plays a little a little bit, and it inspired me to write the final lyrics to that song. The final lyrics being "It'll be all right." He kind of improvised that ending, and I loved it, and it inspired me to write those lyrics. "It'll be all right." And another song that he helped with, "Let Me Be." I actually didn't write the solo for him. I had I did have a solo for him ready. It wasn't that great, but I kind of gave him some freedom. I told him, just kind of make your own thing, and he did. And so that sax solo on "Let Me Be," it's all him. I didn't write it, so thanks a lot to him. Really made the song. That song is also it's based on the 12-bar blues. I love me some blues. So that's a cool thing about that song. The song "Almost There," that was like a little piano piece that I made during Halloween. I kind of made it a little bit spooky. The album version is a little bit different to how I play it live. When I play it live, it's a little bit more spooky. But that song was written during Halloween. I think in 2019? No, 2018. I forget the years. Going back a little bit in the list, the song "Let's Go for a Ride," I wrote that as a little bit as a show-off piece for piano. I'm not that great of a pianist. I'm not that great of a pianist, so I wrote a little piece on that to kind of show off what I can do. The song "Coming Home to You," I wrote in 2018, I want to say around November. It was originally a ukulele song. I originally, my first stringed instrument was ukulele, not guitar. And I wrote "Coming Home to You" on the ukulele. The ukulele didn't end up in the final version of the song, but you can hear my ukulele playing in the song "My Marie" at the very end. By the way, that ending to "My Marie" is probably one of my favorite things that I've done. I don't know, I just think it's good. Maybe not, it's probably not good, but I think it is. If I were to say which songs are my favorite on the album, I would say "My Marie" and "Someday." Not so long ago, I had you in my arms. So now I want to talk a little bit about the production of the album. It was self-produced by me. I did just about everything except for play the saxophone and play the drums. I mixed the album myself. It was all recorded in a bedroom, so if you notice anything weird sound-wise, yeah, it's kind of my fault. But nothing expensive was used for the album. All pretty inexpensive stuff. I used like Focusrite solo gear. I used my computer. Some inexpensive instruments. Some fun facts about the instruments that I used on the album. I suck at guitar. I'm a little bit better now, but at the time I was pretty bad. So I used a tenor guitar for just about all the acoustic guitar stuff that you hear. A tenor guitar is, it's a 4-stringed guitar instead of a 6-string guitar. Because I sucked at 6-string. So that's a cool thing. The electric guitar that you hear on the record, I don't even know if it's a real guitar. It's like an Epiphone Stratocaster. And the thing about that is I don't think Epiphone makes Stratocasters. So I don't even know if it's a real guitar. But I got it from a guy for very cheap, so whatever. I got some new gear for the next album. Some pretty nice instruments actually, and new recording stuff. So hopefully all that will sound better for the next stuff. But yeah, it was all recorded in a bedroom, so it's not professionally made. And it was all recorded in the summer of 2018. like right at the end of the summer. Um, I took about like 4 weeks to record everything. I had a few things already ready, but it wasn't much. So the bulk of the album was recorded in that summer. Oh no, 2019, summer 2019, not 2018. That's when it was recorded. Um, and the mixing process took only probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. Uh, I released the album originally in September, so the whole production didn't last that long. The songs were written uh, before all that, but the production of the album didn't take a whole bunch. Um, and if you did listen to the SoundCloud uh, mix, they were the stuff that was released in September. Um, those were different mixes. Um, I improved them a little bit for the January releases. So if you find the album now, they're slightly different from the original mixes. I only fixed a few vocal things, making the vocals a little bit better. But yeah. On Sunday when we're both old and happy, I'll say to you that was worth it. But that time can be a nuisance. So although it didn't take me a whole bunch of time to record the album, I did run into a lot of problems while doing so. In the last video, I mentioned how I wasn't really much of a singer, and that was a big problem for me when I started recording. I was really hard on myself on the vocals, and I'm still not really that happy with them. And the thing is, I don't even know if I can make them better. If I were to re-record them. I really struggle with singing. Um, I mentioned in the last video as well that I am taking voice lessons, so hopefully I am improving. So maybe the next album will be a little bit better in terms of all that. I also struggled playing the instruments. I struggled keeping in time. Playing the piano was a little bit easier since I was able to edit it, but guitar and all that stuff, it was hard to keep in time. And also, I didn't know how to mix. All the post-production stuff. I kind of learned it all on the fly. I have a better idea on how to mix now, but at that time it was really rough. And all of it, the whole album, it was all recorded in my bedroom. So there was a lot of technicalities to it where it was difficult. But it is what it is. I also did it all by myself, and I think that was a problem. I did have my buddy Kellen helping me with the saxophone, but it was just for that. Everything else, all the production, all the recording of the instruments, the vocals, and the mixing, it was all me. So it's like it was all up to me. It pretty much was. And that's kind of hard for me since I'm not a natural musician. So we'll see how it goes. If you want to know why I do this, I don't know. I do like it. I do like being a musician. It's hard sometimes, but I think it's what I should be doing. I don't know if I'll be able to do it well, but who knows? Maybe you'll see me improve. This is just a start, I guess. I don't know. I do plan on like I've mentioned, there's a new album that I'm working on. The theme of it isn't there yet. You know, I'm just working on a song-to-song basis, and we'll see how it goes. There is some new stuff already out besides the album. I released a single called Rave On. It's a Buddy Holly cover, if you like that 1950s stuff. That's already out. There is a new single coming on the 14th of March. It's a song that was a part of the Silly Love Song sessions. I wrote it right at the end of the sessions, so that's coming out next week, as of today when I'm recording this. It's a really good song. I think it's really good. It was all recorded during the Silly Love Song sessions, so hopefully it's good. I re-recorded the vocals. Hopefully they're a little bit better than how they were. But yeah, there will probably be some more singles after that too. I don't know how much, probably just one more, and then maybe the album after that. I'm still working on the album. I've still got a lot of stuff to do. It may be an EP. It may not be a full-length album. Who knows? We'll see. But hopefully that will come out during the summer. Maybe a little bit later. Who knows? But yeah, keep in touch. Follow me on my social medias. Twitter, Instagram. Instagram is where I'm mainly at. If you want to follow me there, I post there often. That's a good way to keep in touch with me. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Click the bell. There is a music video that I made a while back. I think it was in late October or early November for the song Home Sweet Home. I filmed that with my buddy Seth. It was just filmed on an iPhone. It's the production. It's nothing great, but if you want to check that out, it's on the channel. It should be easy to find. But yeah, we'll see how things go. Thank you so much if you've been listening to my music. If this is your first time watching, listen to it. Let me know what you think. Hopefully it's not too bad. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Eric. Keep in touch. I'll be here patiently waiting for you. Yeah, that was the first song I wrote. See ya.